We have Nick Shaw is here, and a dear friend of ours, Melissa Panto. We are so grateful to have you guys here tonight for the unofficial launch of the Greenhouse campaign video. We're going to give you guys the first look at this film because you have stood by us, embraced us, and been champions of Williams Be Yourself Challenge. The Greenhouse isn't just a project, it's a promise to families who will wake up one day living with their worst nightmare. As most of you know, in 2019, our son William died in a skiing accident. It shattered our world, but in that darkness, this community, you guys, you filled us up. We were fortunate to have your support, and you continue to breathe life into Nick, me, Bodhi, and Kai. We also, as many of you know, had the luxury to afford the time and space to distance ourselves from the noise of the world around us and to begin the process of healing. Many families do not have that luxury, and that is why we're here tonight. The Greenhouse will be that place, a refuge, a sanctuary on Cape Cod for parents and children in the wake of tragic loss. 52 families a year, one each week, will come to the Greenhouse free of charge to find just a moment of comfort when comfort feels impossible.
We know this pain, we know this grief. We've walked in their shoes, and we know how vital it is to have a place to escape to heal together as a family. Tonight, we're asking you to stand with us. We've raised $200,000 so far, but we still have a long way to go to reach our $2 million goal. And let me be clear, this is not a marathon to 2 million. It has to be a sprint because we need to help these families as soon as possible. These families cannot wait.
We have a special guest here with us tonight, and we wanted her to share her expertise in the grief field. Melissa Panto is the executive director of Jeff's Place, a grief support center for families that my family started going to just weeks after William died, and we still go today. Me and Kai go, and we even bring our son Bodhi now. She truly understands the needs of families from the moment they enter this awful world of grief. We've spent the last 6 years under her guidance, and we're so grateful to have her here with us today. And she's just going to say a few words.
Yeah, thanks, you guys. I've supported countless families after the death of a child, and you guys are absolutely right that they don't even know what they need. But what I do love about this opportunity is that they will feel loved and cared for. And we know that families don't grieve in sync, and this house will give the beautiful space and a place to connect and start this hard journey together. And I just love this opportunity for them, to just a place to heal and start this process. So, together. And I just love this opportunity for them to heal.
We also have one other guest that we wanted to invite to share for a moment. My friend Barry Liner Grant. We also have one other guest that we wanted to. We are getting her established. So if you can hold on 1 second. I know she wanted to say a few words, I think. Hold on 1 minute. Let's see if she comes back. I feel like a CNN correspondent who's like on the phone with somebody overseas. The connection has been lost. All right. Well, maybe Barry can join us at the end. But I want to go ahead and have you guys watch the video. Please let us know what you think, because we need you guys to be out there sharing this video with the world. We also wanted to, before we start the video though, I wanted to just give a big thank you to the team who helped put this together. There are people who hear your story, and then there are people who truly listen. And Brian Farber of Monument Square Strategies is one of those people. Brian helped us tell this story the right way, not just as a story of William's loss, but as a lesson in kindness, generosity, and embracing others the way this community embraced us. He connected our vision to the mission and the mission to the place.
And Brian didn't just guide us, he built a team specific to the needs of the greenhouse. He brought in Mark Gilday Jr. to turn the narrative into something powerful on screen, which you'll all get a chance to see shortly, and Jamie Whalen to help us spread our message far and wide.
Oh, and I think we have Barry back. Barry!
Don't ask your tech friends and griefy non-tech friends to support a tech situation.
This is a new one this is a whole new platform for me. So I hear you. I've been worried about logging on all evening. But Barry, we were just telling everybody about our greenhouse project and how excited we are to share the video with our biggest supporters. We had Melissa Panto, who's the executive director of Jeff's Place, speak a little bit, and we just wanted you to share a couple words about why you think that the greenhouse is going to be an important addition to the landscape.
Oh, absolutely. I think what we forget is that when we are grieving, we need a place where we can kind of escape from the day to day and just gather around and really dedicate ourselves to a place that just feels a little bit away from the norm, where we can just sort of huddle and hug and play and be in our love, but also just be in a space that dedicates us, whether it is to grieve or just to be away from our grief, whatever that is, whatever that means to a family. But sometimes it's away from our home, and sometimes it's away from a place that that just feels like that is that was our norm, and it no longer feels that way. I think sometimes we just don't even realize that finding rest in general, wherever that respite can find us, but especially in this dedicated space that you're creating, I think it's so needed. It's so necessary. And the warmth that Susie and Nick have created after what they've shared is just extraordinary. And I know that I'm here to help in any way that I can to help, meet the needs of families that are grieving. And I know that we can really make something of even the saddest situation. And you've showed us that. You've showed us that there can be light even in the darkest of days. There is just beauty and growth and friendship. And I think once you've been through an experience like this, as you know, Susie and Nick, you are the lighthouse. You help others, and it's extraordinary. I'm sure if anyone had told you that, you probably wouldn't have believed it back when. But it's been extraordinary to watch and witness and be ever so small a part of.
Thank you, Barry. And just so everybody knows, Barry, I met her a few years back on a grief retreat, and she runs an organization called the Memory Circle. And I consider her one of my dearest friends in grief, and she's a grief expert. So without further ado, Nick, what do you think?
Yeah, so tonight we are here to do what this community did for us, to hold space for those who will walk this path. There's no roadmap for this journey. We had to learn that the hard way, but together we can make sure that no one has to walk it alone. So thank you for believing in the greenhouse and for standing with families who will find hope for years to come. And now, without further ado, let's take a look at this beautiful video. Oh,
can I have one more ado? I got one more ado. We don't want you guys to just watch this video. We want you to share it with all of your friends, all of your coworkers, all of your family. Talk about it, post about it. We'll send out links. We'll post it on our social media. But every donation and every conversation is going to get us one step closer to actually opening the greenhouse. So we want you to watch it, and we want you to, feel it, but then spread the message. Okay, that's the end of my advice. So Jamie's gonna put us live for a video. life has never been the same since that moment on that mountain.
There you go. It feels like we've had two lives. Life before the accident, life after the accident.
We found peace and solace when we were able to get away. As you cross over the bridge, as you cross the Cape Cod Canal, there's something really magical about leaving everything behind. And we really want families to feel like they're allowed to put their real life on pause, cross over that bridge of healing into this other world. We want to be able to bring hope back into those families. The greenhouse will be able to provide that hope for our grieving families.
When I think about our journey through grief, the very first couple of months, you're not ready to do this. And honestly, you have to go through it. You have to go through that darkness, and then as you start to find yourself coming out of it, there's that little ray of light. That's what we want to then say, okay, come to the greenhouse and nurture that light, right? Mm-hmm. Then the light grows, and then the darkness starts to hopefully get smaller.
Just being by the ocean is so healing. It's going to give them the time to spend together, and it's going to give them the space to heal. There's not another place like this yet. A home that is curated specifically for a family who's in deep grief, looking for support.
When you lose a child, that can shatter a family. We want this greenhouse to be a place where people can, again, go catch their breath and start to think about how they can preserve this family. We want families to be able to cross that bridge and begin to restore. And, restoration takes resources.
We have a goal of raising $2 million to be able to open the greenhouse. We want to serve 52 families a year, one family per week. Please help us make this sanctuary possible. Great. Well, that's it, guys. Please share. We're gonna be uploading this to social media in the next few days. We have a in-person viewing for those folks local to Carlisle on Wednesday, and once Wednesday hits, it'll be everywhere, and it'll keep being everywhere. We want it to reach far and wide. So please help us by spreading that video out there and spreading our message.
Yeah. Thank you for being with us tonight.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you to Barry and Melissa for taking a minute to help us convey how important this project is. And enjoy the last few minutes of your weekend, guys. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.